Well, it's time to start thinking about steel horses and stogies. This is my annual charity motorcycle and cigar event benefiting our military serving in active duty combat overseas. What's up everybody, my name is Andrew. This is my YouTube channel Touring Midwest, where we like to highlight the Midwest from a biker's perspective. We do a lot of motorcycle related content here, so whether you're into motorcycles or you want to know where to find the best burgers, brews, and things to do and see in the area, consider hitting that subscribe button and we'll get on with this video. So hey, it is February and we're really starting to plan this motorcycle event. This is the third year. I'm really excited about this year. I can't wait to start telling you guys about it a little bit here. But save the date, Saturday, June 13th, 2020. It's coming up in about 4 months here. We're going to get going on this ride. It's going to be really, really cool. It's held here in Minnesota, in the Twin Cities metro area up there. I actually live south of there, but I hold it up there just for logistical reasons, I guess. If you're anywhere near the area and you're interested, stick around because I'll be doing a lot of updates and stuff in the next few months leading up to it and kind of keep you guys posted. And I really want to get the word out about this also, so one way you guys can help, if you would, is kind of share this video around a little bit. I've got other videos about the event. There's one playing right here from last year actually. And yeah, let people know. If you know anybody who lives near Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa that might want to make the trip, it's a really cool event. I'm going to tell you guys about it. So again, that's Saturday, June 13th, 2020. I've got friends coming up from Texas, possibly one from California. My buddy Knuckles down in Texas, and JMax 707 from North California. And my buddy Brando up in the Twin Cities from the Alpha Corps. He'll be there. Not only is it kind of a good event, nice charity event helping out our military, but also kind of a meet and greet if you want to meet some of these guys. That would be really cool as well. Let's get into some details, but first I do want to say also that I've had questions from people like, hey, we can't make it, but we want to help support what you're doing. How can we donate to help your event succeed? And if you fall into that category and you'd like to help out, you can make like a one-time donation or whatever you want to call it through PayPal, or if you would like to not only support this specific charity event but other events I do throughout the year, just consider becoming a patron. You can go to patreon.com/touringmidwest. There you'll basically make a monthly pledge, say $1 or $2 or $5, whatever, and that will be automatically deducted out of your account on a monthly basis. And the nice thing about Patreon is not only are you helping me out, you're helping the creation of content here, you're helping support events I do throughout the year, but there's also benefits in it for you. So I've got different tiers lined up that kind of outline what benefits for each tier you can get access to. So some of it's like early release videos and things like that. I really appreciate my patrons. I thank them so much right now for the support. So that's just a couple ways you can help support this event and other things I do throughout the year, and I'll have links for both of those down in the description below. But let's get on to details about this event and also talk about a series that I'm going to be starting in the very near future. I've got all kinds of notes on my phone. Anyway, so this is the third year in a row that we've done this event, and I'm pretty happy with the turnout and the outcomes so far. For the first 2 years, I think the event has raised a lot of donations. We had more bikes turn out last year than we did the year before, and I really think the way I've got things lined up this year is going to blow the last 2 years out of the water. Pretty much guaranteed. So the charity organization I support through this event is Cigars for Warriors. They are a 501c3 charity, and they accept cigar donations throughout the year and distribute them as needed to troops serving in active duty combat overseas. Now, a lot of times our military doesn't have access to cigars. Just let me tell you that I really feel like it's a blessing for the military. These are guys that request the cigars. They're out there serving our country, fighting for our freedom. They're in high stress situations a lot of the time. And just to be able to sit down and smoke a cigar in their free time, I think is just a nice opportunity to kind of clear their mind, relax, you know, think about home, think about the blessings in their life, and so on and so forth. If you're a cigar person, you already know this, but cigars are very, very relaxing, and it's just like an hour, basically 45 minutes to an hour minimum, that you have to just enjoy the cigar. That's how long it's going to take to smoke it, so you might as well just enjoy it. Hang out with buddies, talk, and things like that. I think it's really nice. And we've got members of our military that don't get care packages and things from home, so this is an opportunity to bless them. I think that in many situations, this is an opportunity just to maybe not change somebody's life, but I mean, it could make all the difference in the world depending on where their mentality is at, how they're feeling when they're out there, and things like that. So my buddy Brando, actually, right here, I had him talk about my event, about his experience in the military and stuff in this video, and I'll put a link to that down in the description as well. It's really good. He had some really kind things to say about my event, and I was so happy that he was able to show up for a little while last year for the event. And it's definitely worth watching if you haven't seen it yet. So I've kind of talked a little bit about what Cigars for Warriors does and things like that. And I'm going to get into all this way, way deep, because I'm actually going to be doing a series about how to start a charity motorcycle event, how to kind of pull it off. We're going to do a big series on that coming up. So if you're interested, let me know down in the comments. Hit that thumbs up button. And yeah, just stick around. Stick around, because that's going to be coming. Especially if I get enough interest from people. It's a big project. I've been keeping all kinds of notes, trying to figure out how I want to do it, how I want to break it up. And I think it's going to be pretty informative and pretty beneficial. So now let's talk about the event itself. What is it? How's it work? And all that. So on Saturday, June 13th, we'll meet up in the morning. Again, I'm going to have a website all set up for pre-registration. That'll be starting in the first week of March. You'll be able to pre-register online or register at the event if you'd like to. We'll meet up. We'll get ready. You'll get a swag bag, a little care package of sorts. In that will be a card. We're going to do a stamp run, I call it, passport run, whatever, but you'll have a card, and basically there's going to be stops lined up. Now this is kind of like a poker run, except for generally with a poker run, people are stopping at bars to get their cards or their stamps or whatever. We use cigar lounges. That's kind of the reason I do it up there in the cities, because there's cigar lounges up there and there's not any down here. So it kind of works out pretty good. You'll ride around to the cigar lounges. Depending on how many I get lined up this year, we'll hopefully have anywhere between 5 and 8. And what we're going to do is, if we do have more than 5, we're going to have it set up where if you get 5 stamps, that's an entry for the drawing at the end of the day. If you get 7 stamps, that's a bonus entry. And if you get all 8, that's another bonus entry. So if you hit all 8 stops, you could have 3 entries into the drawings. Now we'll have pretty good sponsors again this year, I'm thinking. I don't have any lined up in concrete right now. Again, we're just in the beginning stages of planning this year's event. But in the past, we've had Custom Dynamics, Ciro 3D, Memphis Shades, Stage V Clinger, which if you're into cigars, they make these little magnetic cigar holders that are really, really slick. I use these on the motorcycle. I use them camping. I use them when I'm out grilling. And they're just really awesome. This used to be bright orange, and it's all sun faded and stuff. That's why. Spectra oil. The list goes on. Boveda. Another, if you're not familiar with cigars, it's another cigar. They make humidity packets for cigars, or humidity control packets for cigars. So there will be some really nice prizes at the end of the day. Big news for this year is I'm trying to expand this thing and grow this thing. Again, my buddy Brando, who I've already brought up several times in this video, is a member of the Warrior Brotherhood MC out of St. Paul, Minnesota. Now, the Warrior Brother MC is totally dedicated to military. It's a military club. They do charity events throughout the year to raise donations, to raise awareness for military and their families and just all aspects of that. All right. So my event fits in with that really, really well. It fits in with their vision. So I reached out to Brando and I said, hey, you know, is there any way your club would want to get involved with what I'm doing here? And he talked with them and they voted unanimously, yes, we want to be involved, we want to help. We have access to their clubhouse for the day. So they're going to host the event there. So we'll have pre-registration at their clubhouse. There's going to be plenty of room for parking, plenty of room for whoever shows up. Hopefully we'll have some other stuff going on at that location throughout the day as well. So we'll get there, register, do the ride. We're going to have an event afterwards. We'll have the giveaway. Again, a lot of things to be ironed out here. We'll most likely have some sort of after party, something going on after the ride. They're going to help promote this thing, try and get the word out a little bit, and it's going to be really, really good. We're in the very early stages of planning things for this year, and there's a lot of changes happening this year. I don't have all the details yet, but as they come out, I'll be doing update videos and stuff to let you guys know leading up to the event, and yeah, we should have a lot of stuff ironed out by that first week in March, I think. I'm super excited about this year. I also think that I have my cigar club involved, the Minnesota Herf Connection. Their hands will be in it, at least some aspect of the event as well. They've said that they're going to help me out a little bit, which is really handy because I'm not able to get up there to really stay in contact with the lounges the way I need to communicate things to them. So it'll be nice to have people up there that have a relationship with the lounges to kind of communicate things and help things run smoothly leading up to the event. Now, for those of you who do not ride motorcycle, if you live in the Twin Cities area, we will be doing a week-long cigar donation collection at least most of the cigar lounges involved. Again, I'll have all that info laid out, but start saving some cigars if you want to be making donations that week, or a big donation, or whatever you can do. Just be thinking about that, and maybe set some cigars to the side that you're not too interested in smoking or whatever. You can just donate those to the event. The first year we raised over 800 cigars. The second year we raised 600 and some cigars. So altogether we've raised over 1,100 cigars to send to Cigars for Warriors, and this year I'm hoping to smash that. I'd love to see over 1,100 cigars collected just this year alone. I'd love to double what we've already done in the past. So I think it's very much attainable. I think it's definitely going to happen this year. I think we're going to have a huge turnout because I've already had people asking me about it and wanting updates and things like that. And I just think we're going to blow this thing out of the water this year. So very, very exciting. Fun time, especially if you're into motorcycles and cigars, but you don't need to be interested in both to attend the event. Obviously, for the motorcycle ride portion, you're going to want a motorcycle. But if you just want to come and hang out at the lounges, meet some of the riders coming through, you're welcome to do that. Hang out, smoke a cigar. Like I said, I'll be there. A lot of my buddies from the Braaap Town crew will be there, and it's just going to be a really, really cool time. I'm more excited about this year than I have been about any of the other years. Yeah, I think this is going to be a really, really good time. I think that's about all I've got for information on the event right now. Stick around for more information on that. If you are interested in ever doing a charity motorcycle event, again, I'm not a professional event coordinator. I don't even know how I convinced myself that I could do it the first year, but we pulled it off. I had a little help with some friends, and we got the thing going, and it was a big success. And I've had interest, every year since then to do it. So I'm not saying I've got the best advice, but I want to do a series to help other people if they want to do something like this. I'm going to explain how I got in with Cigars for Warriors, how I decided what organization I wanted to be involved with, how I decided to do a ride in the first place, and how I started setting it up, and what I've learned, and kind of give you guys some ideas. We're going to talk about relationships and sponsors and volunteers, and the list is so long. This is going to be a pretty good sized series, and I'm actually pretty excited about that too. If I could share some advice or some tips that will kind of help other people start doing motorcycle charity events. I know there's so many of them out already, but people love them. There's some really good causes out there to support. Do your homework. I'm going to talk about that in that series as well. Make sure you get involved with a good charity organization if you're going to even attempt something like this. It's not easy, but the reward is good. Thank you so very much for checking out this video. If you haven't done so already, thumbs up, subscribe, ring the little bell icon. That is going to keep you updated and notified every time I upload a new video or go live. You don't want to miss that. There's that Patreon link right there I was telling you about. Again, down in the description as well, if you would like to help support not only this event coming up, but other events I do throughout the year. That would be very much appreciated. If you would like to see another video from me right away, you can check out this one right here. Probably a playlist. It's going to be a playlist. And down here is one that YouTube thinks you might like. That's it. Stay safe out there as always, and we will see you next time right here on Touring Midwest.